Get ready, folks. These two teams love pushing the ball. Greg, we could see a track meet tonight.
Two of the top fast break teams in the league, Kevin. As far as keys, limiting turnovers is going to be big because they each want to get out and run when they get the chance.
So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. The forwards are Barnes and Siakam. Anunoby out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Pirtle in at the center position. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for Brooklyn. Johnson with a screen on Anunoby. Great open look there.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
VanVleet outside. There's the pass to Barnes. Back to VanVleet. Shoots the three. Dinwiddie with some nice D. Bridges against Barnes. Dinwiddie passes to Johnson. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Now here's Dinwiddie. And the three off target.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And Smitty, Fred VanVleet has really come into his own as a starter.
He has, Kevin. He has proven he can run an offense. He's also a dynamic and confident scorer and someone you can depend on to sink big-time shots.
Raptors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Raptors moving the ball around. And the layup's good off the glass.
Improving as a passer, Siakam showing a willingness to get it to open teammates.
Curry finds Dinwiddie. It's his first trip to the line.
77% shooter at the line a season ago. Those are better than average numbers.
Looking at the Raptors roster, basically the entire squad is under 30. Their key players are extremely young, a great sign for the future.
Dinwiddie against VanVleet. Siakam a screen on Dinwiddie. Curry with the steal. Dinwiddie with it. Picked up by VanVleet. For three, Bridges. And again, it's the Nets missing. Yeah, youth is on their side. And Smitty, since winning that title in 2019, the Raptors have totally turned over their squad.
Kawhi, Kyle Lowry, Serge Ibaka, all have left Toronto, Kevin, replaced with much younger players. Give Toronto's front office credit for retooling quickly.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. He's got 5.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Anunoby kicks to VanVleet. Top of the key, Siakam. Barnes sets a screen for Siakam. Shot clock at 5. Here's VanVleet. That's tipped. Curry against Pirtle. For 3, Bridges. They get it again. Kicks it out to Johnson. Dinwiddie passes to Claxton. Bridges outside. Passes to Claxton. And another shot. And it's good on the way in.
Can't be that easy for him. Got to body him up down low.
And you have other methods as well. You could deny or you can just front the post.
Now here's VanVleet. Barnes passes to VanVleet. Brooklyn with the rebound. Claxton's got 4 rebounds in this game. Bridges with it. Picked up by VanVleet. Bridges kicks to Johnson. Outside Curry. From past the arc. And Pirtle pulls it down. Raptors trail by 5. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
There's 37 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Siakam. Back to VanVleet. trying to end the drought.
Assertive play by Fred in the paint. He wanted that foul, and he got it.
The Raptors shooting their first free throws of the game. That one is off. And the second free throw, good. 27 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Knocked loose. And here we go. Fast break. Van Vliet's got it. Here's Siakam. And finished off by Siakam.
He's heady. He's unselfish. All Van Vliet does is make winning plays.
Johnson outside. Curry on the wing. With one on the clock. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in.
OG Anunoby has great lateral quickness.
So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. Brooklyn ahead, up by 2. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And you can't cause those mistakes unless you're willing to gamble. So far, they've rolled the dice, and it's paid off.
So for Toronto right now, the forwards are Barnes and Siakam. And Van Vliet out there with OG Anunoby. And it's Pirtle in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anunoby. And it's a completely new group for Toronto. Brooklyn leading by 4. And last season, the Nets were a favorite to win it all. But, Greg, a first-round sweep by the Celtics proved a very rude awakening.
And Kyrie missing so many games. How about Harden wanting out? Hard to build chemistry and continuity. That has to be the focus moving forward.
Now, here's Mills. Rejected by Young. Trent outside to the paint. And the layup falls. Banton's got his first points of the game.
Gary Trent Jr., his teammate, was so open, he could have passed it with his eyes closed.
The drive by Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
Here's Trent after the basket by Brooklyn. Right side Simmons, and Thomas has it in the corner. And he's good on the 3-ball. Thomas got the lead up to 7 now for the Nets.
Well, we know Simmons can do this. At 6'11", I don't know that anyone in the league has his vision.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Barnes, he's checked in for Toronto. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Here's Banton. Pass to Achua. Here's Banton. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Out to Harris. Outside Thomas. From downtown, Toronto grabs the miss.
This is the shot they wanted to get. Right guy, right spot, wrong result.
Achua.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Outside, Simmons. Out to Harris. Mills looking it over. And he uses the glass on the layup. Mills has got his second basket of the game. More and more defenses switch everything now, Steve. And if you were coaching, is that how you'd play it? Is that how you would teach it?
You know, Kevin, yes, sometimes you have to switch, but I think the best coaches, what they do best is they show you different looks, and timely they'll do it. Sometimes they'll trap it, sometimes they'll hedge the pick and roll, and sometimes they'll just go under.
And very quietly, Young just continues to be an efficient player, a multi-talented swingman who does a little bit of everything.
1:56 left to play here in the second quarter. Harris setting the pick for Simmons. Out to Harris. And here's Mills from the arc. Oh, true. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original.
The previous play
Angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
Hard it can be sometimes, great to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. You're double checking, and the game continues on.
Free throw good. Mills. And a deep roster for the Raptors. But Smitty, do they have the star power, the star talent to win big?
Well, they have Scotty Barnes. He was last season's Rookie of the Year. His growth will be key. But with Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam, all-star caliber players, Toronto's not shy on talent, Kevin. Showing the grit, Scotty Barnes holds his own in the paint.
Poked away. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Here's Achua. Goes up again. Simmons pulls it in.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
For three, Harris. Rebound by the Raptors.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Barnes passes to Banton. Barnes down low. Thomas is there. And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. Maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Trent against Thomas. Shot clock at 6. Achua kicks to Young. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest, going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
Simmons looking it over. Out to Harris. The pass to Mills. It's Thomas on the wing. The tray. Here's Simmons. Out to Harris. From outside the arc. And it's good, assisting on the play with Simmons. Harris has got the lead up to 7 now for the Nets.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yes, you do, but it's a dilemma. If you get a great look earlier in the clock, do you take it?
And here's Mills. Lets the three fly. The shot, no good. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets headed to the... And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. It's the Nets now. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. We've got Mikal Bridges. Also Johnson out there. And it's Claxton in at the 5. Roaming the paint. That's the group for Jacques Vaughn getting going here in the second half. Here's Banton. Passes it to Achua. And there's the whistle, 3-second violation. Nets leading by 7. Dinwiddie outside. Johnson outside. Young with the steal. Fast break Toronto. Young with the ball. Here's Benton. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
And they definitely have the edge in those fast break points.
They can't be afraid of keep pushing the basketball in transition, because in a half-court set, they're struggling a little bit.
Raptors trail by 5. Manton, the pass to Achua. Barnes outside. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And Toronto will go for a different look here. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Brooklyn.
And for the Nets, it's been a whirlwind last couple of years, assembling a super team, and before you knew it, it fell apart. But this franchise has been back from the ashes before, so don't write off that front office just yet.
Got a piece of it. Pass to Claxton. Feeds it to Johnson. Dinwiddie kicks to Johnson. And that one drops. And the Nets lead by 7.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. Now Dinwiddie, 5 points in the game. Here's Claxton. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists now in this one. Van Vliet passes to Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
And that's what you love seeing from your bigs. Siakam leaving no room for error with the jam.
Fast break Toronto. Anunoby passes to Barnes. And the dunk by Barnes.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
But the truth is, those type of plays are going to happen. You just have to regroup mentally and get back to work.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Harris is checked in. Kicks it out to Johnson. Back to Dinwiddie. On the wing, Johnson. Just 5 to shoot. Dinwiddie outside. For 3. The shot comes out, and it's the Raptors taking it the other way. And man, is this team on a roll right now offensively, Greg. So fun to watch.
They're playing with so much confidence, which is...
And here we go with the coach's challenge. A surprise in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul.
The previous play is under review.
A lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these plays.
The ruling on the floor is overturned.
You know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Dinwiddie. Claxton the pass to Johnson. Bridges left side. Kicks it out to Johnson. Buries the long-range jumper. Johnson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
How can you leave this guy that wide open? Please, that's terrible.
Van Vliet with it. Defended by Dinwiddie. To the middle. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Forced them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
Pirtle's shot is off. Brooklyn leading by 6. Bridges inside the three-point line. Claxton the pass to Harris. Bridges kicks to Dinwiddie. Lets it go with the 3. Out to the wing. Pass to Claxton. Johnson wide open. He fires. Good on the three-point shot. Johnson's got 10 points in the game.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
There's 42 seconds left in the third.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Van Vliet passes to Siakam. Pirtle with a screen on Johnson. And Siakam throws it down.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Bridges misses. Pirtle kicks to Van Vliet. Down low. Here's Barnes. Bridges with the board.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
For 3, Harris. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. It's been all about Cameron Johnson for the Nets. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Let me tell you, when you can run offense through your bigs, you give the defense just another thing it has to try and take away.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. The forwards are Barnes and Siakam. OG Anunoby is out there with Fred Van Vliet. And it's Pirtle in at the 5 down low. Dinwiddie passes to Bridges. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. On the wing, Barnes. Defended by Bridges. Johnson against Van Vliet. And finished off by Siakam.
Beautiful location on the pass as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Dinwiddie with it. Now guarded by Siakam.
At some point, when you recognize someone's this out of rhythm, you have to shift to something else.
Van Vliet passes to Pirtle. That falls. Great assist by Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got 6 assists now in the game. And the pass to Johnson. Dinwiddie kicks to Harris. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. All alone. And good as it just snugs right down through the net.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
Right wing. Anunoby against Harris. Barnes left side. Van Vliet finds Barnes. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Nets leading by 5. Dinwiddie surveying the floor to the inside and stolen by Siakam. Anunoby with it. Harris is there. Here's Pirtle. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Interior defense is all over Pirtle. Real determination to get that one up.
Bridges outside. Top of the key. And right through it goes. And the Nets lead by 5. And it's Van Vliet with the ball for the Toronto Raptors. He feeds it to Barnes. Pirtle kicks to Van Vliet. Back to Pirtle. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Pirtle's got 6 in the quarter.
This team needs him to step up, and Pirtle doesn't hesitate, just goes on the attack.
Harris with him. Now guarded by Pirtle. Claxton no good. Raptors trail by 3. Anunoby passes to Barnes. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Van Vliet kicks to Barnes. And it's Barnes sliding it down.
Huge shot right there from Scotty. I love seeing him deliver in these situations.
They set the pick. Dinwiddie passes to Claxton. No good that time. Good D by Barnes. Raptors have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the 4th quarter on a roll. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the 4th. Brooklyn's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. On the wing, Bridges, covered by Barnes. Bridges outside. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
Yeah, a national champion in college. Bridges has also played in the finals. So Mikal is built for pressure moments like this.
And so he's good on all 3 free throws, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Tremendous showing of confidence by getting those 2 to fall.
On the wing, Anunoby. .50 seconds left in the game. Pirtle's shot is off. A chance here to possibly put it out of reach.
This is when you really need to maintain your focus.
Johnson for 3. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
Toronto calls timeout. They're down by 7. 35 seconds left in the 4th. And Toronto making a change here. Boucher is checked in. Here's Anunoby. Bridges with the steal. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. For 3, Harris. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away. Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
Here's Bridges, and Boucher sends it back. Siakam outside. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference.
It'll be the Wizards off the tip. Now Washington's starting 5. Morris and Beal are the backcourt pair. Daniel Gafford is out there with Kristaps Porzingis. And it's Kuzma in at the 3, the small forward. Three-pointer, Beal. Rebounded by Johnson. Brooklyn with the ball.
Boy, when you consider that Bradley Beal entered the NBA as one of the sweetest shooting guards in the league, but over the course of his career, he's added elite playmaking, and he's as dangerous and complete an offensive force as there is in the game.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Dinwiddie outside. Offline with a 3. And about Beal, such an integral part of the makeup of this team.
He's been consistently committed to the organization. He's elite offensively and can flat lift a team by his individual offensive skill. And because of what he has in terms of his physical attributes, his coaches believe he can be elite defensively as well. Guys, when you consider the firepower that the Nets have, obviously built to contend, but the defensive end has got to improve. We know championships are built and begin with the defensive side of the floor.
And we're about a minute into the first. Dinwiddie against Morris. Dinwiddie passes to Johnson. Drains the triple. And for the Nets defense. Getting back a healthy Ben Simmons will be a big help.
Well, consider, B.A., that Ben was a 2-time first-team all-defense already in his career. Joe Harris is competitively tough and brings size on the wing. And with some defensive depth coming in, getting stops has got to be the focus. Well, as soon as you recognize a size mismatch, you have to attack.
And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
And it's Morris penetrating. Kuzma outside. Pass to Morris. Beal outside. And stolen by Bridges. To the inside. The kick out to Simmons. Dinwiddie outside. Yes, and that's Simmons with the assist. Dinwiddie's got 5 points.
If there's a teammate open on the floor, Simmons will put it on time and on target.
Morris finds some space. Misses off the right iron.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
The Wizards have gone 1 of 5 to start things off. Pass to Kuzma. Morris right side. Beal outside. Back to Morris. There's the triple. That shot off. And Brooklyn going the other way now. Dinwiddie right side. Now Simmons. Back to Dinwiddie. And so it looks like the Nets will retain possession here.
A great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Now here's Dinwiddie. He's got 5. And the three-pointer goes.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Morris against Dinwiddie. Morris passes to Porzingis. The 3, Gafford. Got a piece of it. And they get it back. On the wing, Kuzma. Will it go? Dinwiddie with a rebound. Brooklyn has gone 3 for 5 from deep so far in this matchup. Bridges outside. Back to Johnson. Bridges down low. Pounded by Beal. And the basket by Bridges.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten. Boy, you think about the surprises at the trade deadline back in 2022. The one that shocked me the most, the Mavericks sending Kristaps Porzingis to the Wizards. I was shocked.
Both free throws good from Porzingis. Doris, the big Porzingis trade really did catch people off guard.
It seemed when he was acquired by the Mavericks that Kristaps and Luka Doncic were going to be the backbone of the Mavericks for a long time. How quickly things change in the NBA.
Washington on D. Trailing by 10. Bridges misses. Washington has gone 0 for 4 from deep to start this one. Dinwiddie against Morris. Here's Gafford. The kick out to Morris. Kuzma outside. 6 to shoot. Here's Gafford. Shoots over Johnson. No good. A bit long that time.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
Bridges. Yes. And that's Simmons with the assist. Bridges has got 5 now.
Such a smart offensive player. Mikal Bridges assertive and focused when he gets this close.
And it's Morris penetrating. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
Stolen by Gafford. Morris on the wing. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets earning this break in the action, up 10. And it's... And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Nets?
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
And the other thing I love, how they're making the extra pass. They're not settling for the first shot. They're going from good to great.
We've got Ben Simmons. He's out there with Nicholas Claxton. Mikal Bridges is out there with Johnson. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 1. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Well, Doris, the last few years, we've seen teams put together rosters loaded with talent, but it hasn't always translated to rings.
I think what we've learned, Brian, is that just accumulating talent is not enough to win in this league. What you have to find is a team that fits together well in terms of the individual parts. There also has to be that elusive chemistry. You can't define it, hard to win without it.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
A full line change here for Brooklyn. And here's Wright from the arc. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start. Brooklyn has gone 3 of 5 from the perimeter in this game. To the paint. There's the steal. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks, B.A. Bradley Beal played for Coach Greg Popovich with the U.S. national team, and Pop said, quote, he's hard to keep up with. His balance and movement are very impressive. He stops on a dime, can pull up and shoot. That, along with his excellent footwork, are the most impressive things for me. Brian?
Yeah, great breakdown there, Allie. Thank you. Here's O'Neal following the bucket by the Wizards. Here's Watanabe. Three-pointer off the mark.
You know, the Wizards really came up short last season on the defensive end. They consistently struggled to get stops, which makes it twice as hard to win games.
Pass to Gibson. Here's Avdia. Right outside. To the middle. Shot clock at 6. Hey, here's none for 3. The rebound by the Nets. Just wonder how the Wizards can remedy their defensive weaknesses from last year.
Well, B.A., mindset is a big part of it. They just need to have better focus on pressuring the ball handlers and making sure shots are getting well contested.
Here's Thomas. Nunn defends. Let's go with a 3. Pass to O'Neal. To the left wing. Here's Watanabe. Just 5 on the clock. Fires from deep. O'Neal misses.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Outside Nunn. Right outside. Oh, he gets it to fall, and that makes it just a single-digit deficit. Wright's got his first 2 points.
What a high percentage look for DeLon Wright. What an opportunity, and he finishes.
And here's Curry for 3. No good that time. And Washington the other way now. Now Wright. Outside Nunn. Back to Wright. Fires the 3. Out to the right wing. To the wing, right side. Back to Gibson. It's Avdia on the wing. And so it looks like the Wizards will retain possession here. .152 left to play in the second quarter. And pushing it up the floor. Here comes Brooklyn. The three from Curry. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
This is what Seth Curry is known for. When defenses don't chase him off that line, guys, he will make them pay.
Right against Curry. Hey, here's none for 3. O'Neal pulls it in.
Well, they are daring him to miss, and he obliges. Guys, you think about someone like Royce O'Neal, who is finally finding his footing in this league. After starting 20 combined games his first 2 seasons, he has just missed 9 starts since. Pretty incredible.
Curry with it. None in his pocket. Pass to Thomas. The 3 is up. Rebound by the Wizards. 1 minute left in the first half of this one. Here's none. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right, you could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
Now Wright. Got a piece of it. Outside none. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Avdia. And the layup is good. Avdia's got 4 points in the quarter.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the 3 ball.
Right against Curry. Pass to O'Neal. From downtown. Avdia pulls it in. Avdia's got 4 rebounds in the game. Right on the left side. Down low. And Avdia with the basket on the assist by Wright. Now just a 5-point Brooklyn lead.
What a pretty pass from DeLon Wright. This guy can play 1 or 2, but that passing ability is important at either position.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Nets out in front. They lead by 5. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Brooklyn with the ball. They held a 12-point lead earlier. How about this, Doris? The Wizards haven't been to the conference finals since 1979. Unreal.
That's exactly right, B.A., and it gives you some sense of how tough it is to be successful in the NBA, because it's not that long ago that their backcourt consisted of John Wall and Bradley Beal. Many at the time considered it one of the most dangerous in the league and thought they would be here for over a decade. It does show you how hard sustained success is in the NBA.
On the court right now for the Wizards, Morris and Beal are the backcourt pair. Kristaps Porzingis out there with Daniel Gafford, and it's Kuzma in at the small forward position. Porzingis misses. The Nets with the lead. Here's Bridges. Doesn't fall. Now 4 for 6. Washington shooting only 33%. Not exactly consistent offense. Beal with it, and Dinwiddie picks him up defensively, and the bucket is good.
What a pass by Bradley Beal. This guy is an elite scorer, but don't forget about his passing skills.
Up top, Dinwiddie. Give him 8 points now. Here's Bridges. And the basket's good. Off the assist from Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists in the game.
You know, they barely needed other contributions. This lead has been built through his offense.
Morris for 3. Dinwiddie with the rebound. The Nets have gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. For 3, Bridges. Out of bounds. It'll be Washington's ball. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thanks a lot. Well, Brian, the Wizards have been aggressively reshaping their roster. What they haven't done is tear it down and start a rebuild. That's often the most popular route for teams stuck in the middle, but the Wizards seem to be hoping they can catch lightning in a bottle. Back to you.
Now, no appetite for the restart, Allie. Thanks.
Well, off the screen, you can see Bradley Beal is shot ready. That is how you do it.
Johnson finds Dinwiddie. And he jams it home with authority.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
Kuzma outside. Inside. Here's Gafford. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It's going to be on Cameron Johnson.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Wait, think about Daniel Gafford being picked in the 2nd round back in 2019. But guys, in 2021, that young man started to find his stride.
Dinwiddie passes to Simmons. Now the Wizards in transition. And then Beal with the dunk.
Well, the speed and athleticism of Bradley Beal on display, streaking out for the early offense.
And with Gafford, Doris, he earned a 3-year, $40 million deal.
He did, B.A., and had everything to do with what he showed as a starting caliber center in the league. His rebounding, his rim protection, and his value as a vertical threat at the cup, all very worthy of that contract.
Washington has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Outside Porzingis. It's Beal on the wing. Kuzma, the pass to Porzingis. Morris with it. Gafford in the post. Working on Claxton. Kept alive. Beal finds Kuzma. Back to Beal. Porzingis up top. Simmons defending. Pass to Bridges. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Back to Bridges. It's tipped.
I'll tell you what, Kyle Kuzma has committed to being a better defender, and he sends that shot back.
Outside Porzingis. And here's Morris. Back to Porzingis. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Porzingis has got 6.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Pass to Claxton. Yes, and a nice assist from Dinwiddie.
He's been playing great unselfish basketball, really putting the rock in the hands of the right shooters.
And he has shown a terrific feel for how the defense is playing him and then taking advantage of that.
Here's Beal. Brooklyn with the board. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Dinwiddie against Morris. Bridges passes to Dinwiddie. They get it again. Out to Bridges. Right wing. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. That's out in front. They're up by 4. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. Nicholas Claxton out there with Ben Simmons. Then there's Johnson, then it's Mikal Bridges, and it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Brooklyn shooting pretty well at 45%. Down low, stolen by Gafford. And the Wizards on the break. On the wing, Kuzma, covered by Johnson. Kuzma, the pass to Morris. Off the mark there with a 3. Oh, lots of drama in this game so far.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to the final buzzer.
And here's Dinwiddie from the arc. Sinks it from distance.
You know, guys, that's the selfless attitude of Mikal Bridges. So willing to give it up to an open guy.
Up top, Morris. He's covered by Dinwiddie. The 3, Gafford. It's deflected, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Gafford. Here's Brooklyn. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed. Dinwiddie passes to Simmons. Out to Bridges. Takes a three. And that bucket makes him 6 for 10 in the contest.
This is what you call putting it all together on the offensive end. Go ahead, Mikal Bridges.
Beal goes in. And then Beal with the dunk.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Dinwiddie against Morris. Pass to Simmons. Out to the right wing. Johnson against Kuzma. Bridges down low. The shot comes out. Nice D from Beal. Washington trailing. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
And here is Morris. Back to Gafford. And the dunk by Gafford.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
And the basket by Bridges.
They're really employing a deep range initiative here in the fourth, and it's working.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection, swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
Kuzma against Johnson. And the foul on Ben Simmons. That's his first foul of the game. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Morris with it, and Dinwiddie picks him up defensively.
Well, because of his length, quickness, athleticism, this guy is able to smother shots. Excellent defense.
Morris against Dinwiddie, and Bradley Beal is going to pick up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game. Pass to Claxton. The kick out to Simmons. Outside, defended by Porzingis, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. For Washington, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field in this final quarter. Beal, the pass to Gafford. They kick it out to Porzingis. He buries it from 3.
Well, the three-point shooting of Kristaps Porzingis is so prolific. You've got to guard him out there.
Right side Johnson. The 3. And the basket's good. Off the assist from Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie's got 6 assists now in the game. Beal against Bridges. Beal, the pass to Kuzma. Beal outside. To the middle. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Kristaps Porzingis, a tough cover. This guy knows he can make threes. Now you get inside the lane and look out.
And the basket by Bridges.
Well, now it's just a matter of watching the sand fall through the hourglass. This game is wrapped up in a strong showing for the Nets.
They were the more accurate club. And in the end, that made the difference, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., you have to love their strategy. And even more, you love the execution.
And Bradley Beal is going to pick up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Brooklyn with the ball. To the inside. Stolen by Gafford.
Moving the ball certainly important, but forcing passes like that is simply bad basketball.
Trying to go for a lob there. Excellent defense and anticipation to stop it. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Bridges outside. Screen by Claxton. Just 5 to shoot. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. That'll belong to Kyle Kuzma.
Well, they're playing with fire, putting Mikal Bridges on the free throw line. This guy's so comfortable at the charity stripe. Well, this trip to the line should seal the deal. Amazing job.
Morris for 3. And another miss by Washington. Dinwiddie outside. Puts up a 3. Off on that one. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This one was a fun one to watch.
Always fun to be on the call for one of these games, Brent. Conference rivals going at it. So much emotion. Teams that are very familiar with each other.
I love it, Kevin, and I'm so happy to be here with you for this one. This is going to be awesome. You don't get a lot of games like this, so hype, where the crowd is really into it. So let's move up a little bit and sit on the edge of our seats, should we?
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Morris and Beal are the guards. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Daniel Gafford. And it's Kuzma in at the 3, the small forward.
And those are 2 loud points. Siakam flushes it without much effort.
And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Beal against Anunoby. The 3. Nice ball movement by Washington. Inside. Morris kicks to Beal. 5 on the clock. In the corner, it's Gafford. Pirtle with the steal.
Defense is all about anticipation, and he had perfect anticipation on that pass and comes away with the steal.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And Morris drops them both. Something that the Wizards struggled with last year, Brent, was a lack of consistency.
Yeah, constantly shifting the rosters and starting lineups. Obviously a new coach, so tactically some different things being deployed. Got to find a dependable foundation, and training camp in the early part of the season for this team, really, really important.
And here's the fast break. Beal leading the way. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And Beal finding a guy with a better look that time.
Pass to Anunoby. Back to VanVleet. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Here's Morris. Porzingis with a screen on VanVleet. Here's Morris. Up and in on the layup. Morris has got 6.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
Barnes finds VanVleet. Kuzma against Barnes. VanVleet passes to Barnes. And stolen by Kuzma. Porzingis with the ball. Now guarded by Siakam.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Pass to Anunoby. Now Pirtle. Here's Siakam. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
I'm just so impressed with Siakam's offensive improvement over the years. I mean, he's mastering the ability to play in attack mode.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Now, here is Morris. He has 6. Out to Porzingis. Back to Morris. And stolen by Siakam. Now the Raptors moving it up. Porzingis with the steal. 3-on-3. Pass to Beal. Porzingis inside. Covered by VanVleet. Beal the pass to Gafford. And that one good. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Wizards?
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
Well, they've really attacked off of the turnovers, so leaking out and capitalizing on fast break stuff.
And unafraid to challenge the heart of this defense. VanVleet's a strong finisher for his size.
And Fred VanVleet, a player who has always shot well from outside.
And Kevin, VanVleet has continued to kind of take on more of an offensive load, increased his volume while maintaining efficiency. Not every player able to do that.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Now here's VanVleet. Pirtle, no one around him, and And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
And great find by Van Vliet. He's in control of this offense and generally makes good decisions.
Gafford misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. Toronto trailing. And there's the pass to Siakam. The layup missed. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
Beal against Anunoby. Oh, and the dunk by Beal.
Well, that's some flashy footwork there from Bradley Beal.
And it's Van Vliet with the ball for the Toronto Raptors. Anunoby has the open look. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Gafford kicks to Porzingis. Back to Gafford. Morris against Pirtle. Fires the 3. Morris with the bucket. Morris has got 9. And so it's the Washington Wizards bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Wizards, guys.
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
The forwards are Barnes and Siakam. And Van Vliet out there with OG Anunoby. And it's Pirtle in at the center position. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter. Here's Wright, drives to the hoop, and Pirtle sends it back.
And you got to give appreciation to how Pirtle punishes shooters. A dynamite shot blocker with impeccable timing.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, Kristaps Porzingis famously earned the nickname the Unicorn for his combination of size and skill. Former All-Star, injuries have held him back. But now a new team presents a new opportunity. KP said, I'm going to take my game to the next level because my body is going to be healthy, and that's it. Well, Kevin, let's hope so.
Absolutely. He has had injuries along the way, but the talent is obvious. David, thanks. And Brent, as an NBA player, there's tremendous competition, but also shared respect, and some say a brotherhood. How does that all balance out?
I think, Kevin, there's a clear line of delineation of what you're talking about once playoff time hits the NBA. I mean, during the regular season, you see a lot of guys spending some time with one another, but come playoff time, I'd be hard-pressed to find that kind of interaction because guys know what's on the line, they know what's at stake, and competition always reigns supreme.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
And so Nunn nails both of them.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Denny Avdia. That is his first foul of the game. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Siakam passes to Pirtle. The kick out to Barnes. Back to Pirtle. Lays it up off the glass. Pirtle's got 6 here in this quarter.
There's no stopping Pirtle when he has the ball in that spot, just abusing the defense down in the paint.
Pass to Kispert. The Wizards working the ball around now. Van Vliet against Wright. And Pirtle sends it back. Out of bounds. Wizards ball as Washington keeps possession. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Wright. Second chance shot. Now here's Nunn. Dishes to Gibson. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Gibson. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Van Vliet passes to Ananobi. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Passes it to Avdia. Siakam pulls it in. Raptors trail by 3. Kispert with it. Guarded now by Barnes. Over to the left wing. And here's none. The Wizards with another miss. Siakam passes to Ananobi. Can't cash in from close range. It's right on the wing. Covered by Van Vliet. None can't get it to fall. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Toronto. The defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. The kick out to Barnes. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. And it's a completely new group for Toronto. Wizards leading by 3. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. For Washington, they have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6. Free throw drops for Wright.
And they haven't let points get away from them at the line tonight. That's always something that'll allow a coaching staff to breathe a little easier.
Raptors have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Trent passes to Barton. Trent kicks to Young. There's the pick. Pass to Achua. And Gibson sends it back.
Taj Gibson doing a good job of just getting the hands up, and then the instincts come into play with the block.
And finished off by Avdia.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
So timeout called here, the first for the Raptors. Scotty Barnes, he's checked in for Toronto. 58 seconds left to play here in the half. And DeLon Wright gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Trent finds Achua. Back to Trent. Gibson with the steal.
And how about the read on that play right there? Great sense of exactly when that ball was coming from the outside.
Right, the pass to Avdia. To the left side wing. Young with the steal. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Achua. The dunk by Achua.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
How about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
Wright looking around. The pass to Kispert. Back to Wright. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. Thanks so much, Dave, for the break. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at Monte Morris. He's been really playing well.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Checking out now the group for Wes Unseld Jr. to start the second half. Morris and Beal are the guards. Daniel Gafford is out there with Porzingis, and it's Kuzma in at the small forward. Raptors trail by 5, and there's no question that Porzingis is still a very effective player in this NBA.
Yeah, and I guess, Kevin, the thing we're still looking for is the consistency in the health. We know how talented he is offensively and how he can stretch out defenses with his ability to shoot the ball, but Something's got to change in terms of how consistent we get KP on the floor for the entirety of a season.
And the replay demonstrating once again how aggressive that defense was.
And guys, don't think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
And I know he was pleased with his foul shooting last year. How about 87% from the line?
And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
And I think Porzingis is realizing as he gets on in years in the NBA, his size and getting to the offensive rebound is going to help him score.
Trent finds Barnes. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Bradley Beal picks one up, and Scotty Barnes, the Rookie of the Year in 2022 in the NBA.
And you could argue he was maybe the biggest surprise of the 21 draft. Made a huge impact on the floor immediately. If you did a redraft of that class, he'd be closer to the top.
From 8, Porzingis passes to Gafford. Sweet move. Outside for Beal. Tries again. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Beal's got the lead up to 8 now for the Wizards. Achua with it. Gafford's there.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Morris inside. He's got 10. Gafford kicks to Porzingis. 5 to shoot. And the dunk by Porzingis.
How about Kristaps taking a little something out on that rim?
Toronto calls timeout. Toronto at the ball. Trailing here by 8. Van Vliet passes to Burton. Van Vliet trying to break free.
That's a forgotten skill as Porzingis able to get up there and throw that one away. He's finished top 10 in blocks a couple of times.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks, Kevin. Wizards ownership has promised to never hit the hard reset button we saw from teams in recent years like the Sixers. But the fact remains that this is a franchise that last enjoyed a 50-win season in 1979. So for the patient, die-hard fans in the DMV, seems the wait for a true contender may take a lot longer. Kevin?
Well, time will tell, David. Thanks. Here's Porzingis. Oh,
Porzingis right through the defense and a sweet dunk from the big man.
Van Vliet kicks to Anunoby. Van Vliet passes to Siakam. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. So far in the game, he's 0 of 2 at the line.
And his percentage at the line last season, right at the 75% mark.
He's perfect from the line this time. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Morris against Van Vliet. Morris, left side. It's Beal on the wing. And finished off by Beal.
Bradley Beal still got a little bit of the ups.
Here's Siakam. Porzingis with the block. It's Beal on the wing. And Fred Van Vliet is going to pick up a foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
So it's the Wizards now. 12-point lead, their biggest of the game.
That is a spectacular move. Over 7 feet tall. Porzingis handling things like a guard out there.
Van Vliet kicks to Anunoby. Siakam passes to Barnes. Back to Siakam. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Toronto shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Siakam hits them both. 46 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Morris outside. In the corner, it's Gafford. Porzingis high post. Siakam's there. 6 to shoot. Beal against Anunoby. Siakam outside. Back to Anunoby. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Siakam finds Barnes. Now Siakam. Here's Barnes. Got it off in time and beat the shot clock, but it's no good. And so it's the Washington Wizards up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the and we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And it's Kuzma with the ball for Washington. The forwards are Barnes and Siakam. OG Anunoby is out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Pirtle in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Nice shot by Porzingis.
And Porzingis at 7-3 doesn't just go through, he goes over contact.
VanVleet against Morris. Pirtle kicks to Siakam. And the shot goes in.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Morris, no good.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
VanVleet on the wing. He's covered by Beal. Pirtle. Siakam inside. Gafford's there. Goes up the baseline. Here's Pirtle. Washington with the rebound. Morris outside. Pass to Gafford. Back to Morris. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. Porzingis. That shot off the mark. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. The drive by Barnes. Rebounded by the Wizards. Gafford's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Beal from long range. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Pirtle's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Got a piece of it. Beal with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Morris with the ball, and Gafford throws it down.
They start that play with aggressive defense, finish with aggressive offense.
Well, a lot of times coaches will tell you that if you play great defense, you're going to get a reward. It's a good possession all the way around.
To the middle. Here's Porzingis. Out to Morris. Three-pointer. Second shot opportunity. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Barnes passes to Anunoby. He dishes it to Pirtle. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his second personal foul.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
I like this throwback approach they're taking, looking to score high percentage shots in the paint. And so far, it's working.
Well, they've also put an emphasis on driving inside in this game. The defense hasn't been able to stop them from finding those gaps.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Here's Beal. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. VanVleet against Morris. VanVleet kicks to Siakam. VanVleet passes to Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
and not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
On the wing, Morris. It's stolen. Van Vliet outside. Tipped away. Washington leading now by 13. Morris with the ball. Clock at 4. Passes it to Porzingis. The shot's good on the assist by Morris.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Wizards.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Porzingis.
You can set a tone with defense, and that's exactly what he did with how he protected the rim.
Here's Anunoby, and the rejection by Gafford. Van Vliet against Porzingis. On the wing, Morris. And Pirtle pulls it down. Here's Barnes. Misses there. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it for... And it's conference rivals squaring off tonight in this one, Steve. It might be the regular season, but this has a playoff feel to it, doesn't it?
These are the type of games you love to watch in the regular season, Kevin. The fans will be rowdy, the players fully engaged. We got a good one tonight.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Harris is out there with Johnson. Then it's Mikal Bridges, and it's Dinwiddie in at the point.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
Johnson sets the screen for Bridges, and count it from 19 feet away.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Van Vliet kicks to Anunoby. Back to Van Vliet. Makes it off the glass.
To counter the size deficiency, Van Vliet has developed an insane number of moves inside.
Johnson with a screen on Van Vliet. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Van Vliet passes to Siakam. Feeds it to Pirtle. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to catch up with Brooklyn's head coach. He told me they'll be looking to stretch the defense with their ability to knock down shots from deep. He said success on the outside would translate to success on the inside. Sounds like instead of going inside out, they're going to go outside in. Interesting. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. You know, hard to create spacing without the threes. Bridges against Anunoby. Dinwiddie left side. Kicks it out to Johnson. The pass to Bridges. Here's the floater. It's hauled in by the Raptors. And here is Siakam. It's hauled in by Claxton.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often. And when you look at Pascal Siakam, he has only gotten better.
Yes, GA, having his best seasons the last 3 years, averaging over 20 points, and he's a rebounding machine.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
Northside crew, always putting in the hours.
Raptors trail by 8. Van Vliet up top. Dinwiddie covering. Here's Anunoby. Barnes kicks to Siakam. Johnson against Anunoby to stop the run. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Smitty, OG Anunoby from the UK has had a nice impact on the game.
And he said he wants to grow the game in England. OG's hoping to open up some paths to the NBA for young players from the UK.
And not what we're accustomed to seeing from him at all from the free throw line.
Bridges against Barnes. From about 19 feet, another one falls for Brooklyn.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
Now, here's Siakam. Siakam is screen on Bridges to the inside. And Siakam throws it down.
What vision from Pirtle, getting the pass over to the wide open man.
Dinwiddie drives in. And he banks in the layup. Dinwiddie's got 10.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
Down low, Johnson. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
An uncontested shot at the rim. You have to compete at all times.
Toronto calls timeout. And Toronto making a change here. Boucher is checked in. Raptors trail by 12. Out to the right wing. Back to Van Vliet. Kicks it out to Siakam. Passes it to Van Vliet. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Clock at 6. Pirtle's shot is off. Nets leading by 12. Bridges outside. The dish to Dinwiddie. Three-pointer. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Toronto, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. And a wide open look for Siakam. And again, Toronto no up.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make the play.
And so it's Brooklyn finding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been...
Ladies and gentlemen, your Raptors,
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
Well, in my opinion, the way the three has been falling for them here early on, you have to think they'll keep firing away.
And something else that's working for them is ball movement. A lot of their points so far have come as a result of smart play.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. They've got Simmons. Thomas is out there with Curry. Then it's O'Neal. And it's Watanabe in at the 4. Here's Banton, guarded by Curry. Banton, the pass to Achua. Shot's good by Banton.
That's outstanding decision-making there to change his shot and find an open teammate for an easy basket.
Simmons with it, and Young picks him up defensively. Shot's good by Watanabe.
One sign of a great playmaker, hitting his man in stride.
Greg, Ben Simmons, one of 4 players in the entire history of the NBA to average at least 7 rebounds and 7 assists per game through his first 4 seasons.
Think about it, joining Magic Johnson, Oscar Robinson, and Luka Doncic. That is some pretty elite level company.
The third shot of the possession finally falls for him.
And he found a soft spot in the D on that possession.
And Simmons kicks to Curry. And it's blocked. right side to the paint and stolen by Simmons. Here's Watanabe. And a miss there on the triple.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
Pass to Banton. Back to Barton. The kick out to Young. Off target from outside. Nets leading by 16. No one near Curry as he lets it go. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
The dunk by Achua.
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. Edmund Sumner's checked in for Seth Curry.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul. Now
Here's Sumner.
For the Nets.
Outside for Thomas.
Sumner.
A three ball. He can't get it to go. Raptors trail by 14. Achua, the pass to Young. And Young slams it home.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, defensively, your mantra at this point has to be no easy buckets.
Watanabe passes to Sumner. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Watanabe. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
And Young kicks to Barton. Pass to Banton. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Banton's got 6 points. Hey, Steve, you've won an NBA title, but also you've got some gold medal memories. How does it compare, winning for a city versus representing and winning for your country?
Kevin, both incredibly proud moments. Winning an NBA title is awesome, but also winning a gold medal for your country, you said it, it's representing your country. It was a dream come true.
Here's Banton. 6 points for him. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Achua, that one wide left. Nets leading by 12. In the corner, O'Neal with it. Lets it go from deep. Barton with the rebound. Raptors have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. And that one is stuffed right through.
Gary Trent Jr., his teammate was so open, he could have passed it with his eyes closed.
Simmons passes to Watanabe. Here's Sumner. They set the pick. Now the pass to Watanabe. Jacks up a three. Wow. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now. The previous play is to detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay,
the ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And he makes all three. Raptors trail by 13. Here's Banton. He's got 8. Trent with it. He's picked up by O'Neal. And Young kicks to Trent. The kick out to Young. Here he goes. The rebound by the Nets. They led by as many as 18 points. Passes to Sumner. Intercepted. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. It could go. And so it's Brooklyn. 13 points up in the Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Nets. 13-point lead. The forwards are Barnes and Siakam. And Van Vliet out there with Anunoby. And it's Pirtle in at the 5, patrolling the paint. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Pirtle. Rebounded by the Nets. Claxton's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Bridges. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Jakob Pirtle.
And a talented swingman. Bridges is someone to keep an eye on as he continues to round out his game.
And that one falls for Bridges. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
The feed now to Pirtle. Now here's Dinwiddie. 13 points in the game. Pass to Claxton. To the middle. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And the Nets lead by 17. Siakam kicks to Van Vliet. Barnes outside. Here's Pirtle. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes.
The youngster, Scotty Barnes, has great vision.
Nets leading by 15. Claxton the pass to Johnson. In the corner, it's Bridges. Johnson sends the screen for Dinwiddie. Drills it from outside. Dinwiddie's got 16 points.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Yeah, the defense has allowed him to get into a rhythm from there, and he's been relentless.
Raptors shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. Anunoby with it. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Van Vliet outside. Inside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Nice shot by Pirtle.
Love the razor sharp focus. Pirtle bouncing off contact and finishing well.
To the inside. Here's Claxton. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Claxton's got 4 points in the quarter. Siakam kicks to Barnes. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
Beautiful when the big man takes flight. Pascal Siakam leaving no room for error with that dunk.
The Nets working the ball around now. Here's Bridges, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Scotty Barnes picks one up. This is his second trip to the free throw line.
And last season's numbers show him at about an 83% clip, which is far better than most.
Raptors trail by 18. Feeds to Pirtle, and the dunk by Pirtle.
That's a high percentage shot by Jakob Pirtle. He capitalized on that one.
Dinwiddie against Pirtle. Johnson wide open. He fires. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Next foul, Spencer Dinwiddie. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now.
Hey, yo, right here.
Back to Siakam. And the layup is good. And that's now 6 points for Siakam.
As a distributor, Fred Van Vliet is so effective. He knows when and where to feed his guys.
Here's Dinwiddie. His three-pointer's off the mark. Raptors trail by 17. Siakam with it, defended by Dinwiddie. Van Vliet passes to Siakam, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
That's his second personal
This
foul.
is his first free throw of the game.
At the line for your
First one falls for him.
I think what you love about Pascal Siakam, he never stops working on his game, and he's self-motivated.
Brooklyn leading by 15. Dinwiddie wide open. In the corner, it's Harris. Dinwiddie kicks to Bridges. 6 to shoot. The Nets need to get a shot off here. The 3. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got his 4th rebound in this one. Dinwiddie with the steal. Bridges for 3.
OG Anunoby has great lateral quickness. Gets it done defensively.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Nets lead by 15. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, it takes good vision, and it takes good decision-making right there. He showed both, and he did so at a very high level.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Mikal Bridges. Joe Harris is out there with Johnson. And it's Claxton in at the 5 spot. And there's Bridges on the assist by Johnson. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Nets?
Their defense, it's their defense. It has been downright incredible so far, being disruptive and coming up with steals left and right.
And not just that, they're also forcing turnovers at a high rate and taking advantage in transition.
What you love about Jakob Poeltl is his size, a 7-footer who plays hard on both ends of the floor.
Well, a careless foul, and he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. That free throw, no good.
At the line for the Nets.
Good on the second free throw.
3 shots.
And he nails the 3rd. Here's Van Vliet. Siakam passes to Van Vliet. No one near him. It's hauled in by Harris.
It can be a little disheartening when you do everything right and come away with nothing.
Kicks it to Dinwiddie. Takes it inside. Down low. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Johnson for 3. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
For 3.
Dinwiddie's got 3 assists in the game. Barnes passes to Anunoby. It's stolen by Johnson. Dinwiddie outside. Crafty move. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he's doing it by getting to his spots and making big shots.
Siakam a screen on Dinwiddie. Van Vliet passes to Siakam. And the shot goes in.
Wiry, strong Pascal Siakam with the nice move in that painted area.
Dinwiddie attacking. Bridges outside. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
And that has got to help the morale of this team. Let's see if that sets up a run here.
Clock at 6. Here's Dinwiddie. Misses the three. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Anunoby in the corner. There's the triple. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Dinwiddie. Again, the Nets for 2. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in.
2 minutes remaining.
Siakam kicks to Van Vliet. And there's the foul. It's on Cameron Johnson. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
1:57 left to play here in the fourth. And there's Barnes. That's good on the assist by Siakam. Barnes has got his first 2 points.
Showing the grit, Scotty Barnes holds his own in the paint.
Fires for 3. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
And there's a whistle that goes on Scotty Barnes. That'll be his second foul of the game. And here are the Nets. They're on a 14-5 run. Dinwiddie outside. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Nets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
You know, when you're raining threes, you can stack up points in a hurry, but it can go the other way as well.
Van Vliet outside. To the inside, Siakam.
On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on?
Well, the question becomes, are they playing that much better now, or has their opponent taken the rest of the night off?
Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done.
Bounce pass from Anunoby. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Nets ball.
.36 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Dinwiddie passes to Claxton. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
There's 21 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Pass to Claxton. Bridges outside. Here's Claxton. He's guarded by Anunoby. He gets that one.
Not just selling for something along the perimeter. Excellent job.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
And so off the tip, it's Washington. Now here's Morris. And checking out Brooklyn's opening lineup. We've got Cameron Johnson. He's out there with Nicholas Claxton. Joe Harris out there with Mikal Bridges. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard position.
Well, you see how crafty Bradley Beal is. The athleticism helps in the paint. That's nicely done. Boy, you think about the Washington Wizards and the tough ending to their season. They got out of the gate so hot, but cooled off and came in 12th in the East. That was their lowest ranking in 9 years, guys.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Now here's Beal. Into the lane. Oh, and Johnson with a block. Morris against Dinwiddie. Pass to Claxton. And stolen by Porzingis. Morris passes to Beal. From outside, off the mark. And the good news for the Wizards is there's really nowhere to go but up.
Right, you have to learn from your mistakes and understand that the course of an 82-game season, it's not dictated by what you do in the first 15 games. I think these Wizards are ready to do just that, start to establish some consistency.
Now here's Morris. Out to Beal. Oh, it's stolen. Fast break, Brooklyn. From deep, Johnson. From beyond the arc, and then some.
We so often identify Joe Harris as strictly a shooter, but this guy, he is a tremendous passer as well.
Here's Morris. Beal against Harris. Beal's shot is off. Brooklyn has gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. To the paint. Out to Bridges. Over to the wing. Dinwiddie against Beal. Pass to Johnson. Clock at 4. Oh, sweet move. And he lays it in. Johnson's got 5 points.
When you're trying to stop a guy like this, you have to match his intensity level.
Out to Beal. Inside. Oh, stolen by Harris. And as it goes out of bounds, Brooklyn able to keep possession. And the Nets with possession here. Dinwiddie, right side. The kick out to Johnson. It's Bridges on the wing. Pass to Harris. Here's Dinwiddie. Outside Johnson. 4 on the clock. And the 3 off target.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
And early in his career, Porzingis was a shot creator. You think he can get back to that, Grant?
You know, B.A., yeah. In Dallas, his role was more catch and shoot. So it'll be interesting to see in a different system how active a role KP can fill, especially going to work inside.
Here's Beal, following the bucket by the Nets. Gafford with a screen on Harris. Beal to pass to Morris. Here's Kuzma. Morris outside. Offensive board. Here's Gafford. Tipped. Now Dinwiddie. He's got 5. Out to Bridges. The 3. Gafford grabs the miss.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Morris finds Beal. 50 seconds left now in the first quarter. Kuzma outside. Up top, Morris. Pounded by Harris. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but he drew the foul, and he'll go to the line. And he drops the first. Well, the trio of KD, Kyrie, and Harden, Doris, they played just 16 games together when it was all said and done.
Just so frustrating for a Nets organization that had positioned itself to acquire that talent. But this is a real lesson about success in the NBA. You have to maximize your windows and take nothing for granted because, boy, do things change quickly.
Now here's Beal. Down low. Here's Gafford. And the dunk by Gafford.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Harris against Beal. Pass to Claxton. Here's Johnson. And here's Harris outside. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And at the end of one. Man, it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from the Nets, what do you think, guys?
It's simple. When you can protect the rim the way they have, it's a big advantage.
Total intimidation that first period. That is what has helped power them to this early lead.
Morris and Beal are the backcourt pair. Kristaps Porzingis out there with Daniel Gafford. And it's Kuzma in at the 3. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. Last season, Washington was hot out of the gates. They started 10-3, but things did not end well.
You know, and after that hot start, BA, a 25-44 ending for the Wizards, failing to make the play-in game as well. Just a disappointing season after the promise Washington showed early.
So Washington ends up going with a new group. Now here's Nunn. Pass to Avdia. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And it's 6'9", Denny Avdia with great size for a wing, Grant.
Yeah, BA. And you combine that with his motor, too. I mean, he's already an excellent defender with the versatility to cover inside and out.
And we know dead ball situations are where some fans change the channel. Doris, has the league done enough to discourage intentional fouls?
Every form of media, to me, BA, is trying to capture the imagination of their fans. So anything that enhances your product is something that in the long term is going to do well for you.
Now here's Gibson. Tries a 10-footer. The rebound by Ben Simmons. And we're now about a minute into this second quarter of play. Here's Thomas. Nunn defends. Back to Simmons. Pass to Watanabe. Outside Curry. 4-3. They grab their own miss. Back to Watanabe. It's good. And a beautiful setup from Simmons that time. Watanabe's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. To the inside. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Well, you combine size, aggression, and toughness, and you get Taj Gibson. My goodness, nicely done.
Pass to O'Neal to the right side. Outside Curry. And here's Simmons. Pounded by Wright. Nifty move. And Simmons lays it in.
Bad idea leaving him open. He needs more defensive attention, not less.
Right outside. Pass to Kispert for 3. And out of bounds. The Nets will take it.
Nets ball.
Brooklyn with the ball. They lead by the biggest margin of the game at 9. Here's Thomas. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Left side Simmons. Shot clock at 5. The Nets need to get off a shot here. Takes the 3. Rebound by the Wizards.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Pass to Kispert. Back to Nunn.
Blocking foul called on Royce O'Neal. First personal foul. Second team foul.
And now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter here.
2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining.
And that's a foul called on DeLon Wright. That's his first foul of the game.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
First team foul.
Brooklyn has gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. Simmons with a screen on Wright. Curry from deep three-point land. And the Nets miss again. Washington trailing. And the front office for Brooklyn has said they need selfless players who want to be there and are available.
Well, B.A., the message is pretty clear. After Kyrie Irving missed most of last year due to personal choices, the Nets want all hands on deck this go-around.
Now here's Simmons. And the foul on Ben Simmons. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team.
A minute and a half left to play in the half. Here's Wright. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Personal foul.
What you appreciate about DeLon Wright is he knows his role and he's willing to star in his role. And the other part about it is he's been committed to his own development. The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Watanabe on the wing. Yes. And that's Simmons with the assist. Watanabe's got 6 here in the quarter.
If there's a teammate open on the floor, Simmons will put it on time and on target.
Right outside. 1 minute left to play in the first half. Avdia can't get it to go.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
The Nets with a lead. Outside Simmons. And he lays it up and in. Simmons has gotten his second bucket.
This is where Ben Simmons can be at his most effective, getting that dribble drive to work to his advantage.
Outside Nunn. Pass to Kispert. Back to Nunn. Shot clock at 6. O'Neal pulls it in. And here are the Nets now. They're on a 14-6 run. And a deep three from Curry. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
I mean, the range of Seth Curry is astounding. This guy, if he steps across half court, we better have a hand up.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
So it's Brooklyn now. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Pass to O'Neal. There's the three. Not going to go that time. And we've reached halftime in this one.
With the score, your Wizards 14, the Nets 27. Get ready for the Jabberwocky.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. And Brooklyn's shooting at a 48% clip from the floor. On the floor for Brooklyn. Johnson is out there with Nicholas Claxton. Then it's Mikal Bridges. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard. Now here's Porzingis. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game from him. Claxton down low. Defended by Porzingis. Screen by Claxton. Here's Bridges. With nobody on him, he buries that jumper. And the Nets lead by 15.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Gets the three to fall.
You're talking about one of the sweetest shooting guards in the entire NBA, Bradley Beal from deep. Yes, sir.
And Bradley Beal getting a huge contract this summer. Now, he committed to being with the Wizards for his prime. And there was some speculation he might leave, but he cemented his time in Washington for many years to come.
4 on the clock. Here's Bridges, and it's Bridges with the jam.
Well, you cannot let Mikal Bridges get into the paint because he's going to hammer it home when you do.
Morris. Ooh, good finish at the rack off a slick feed.
Well, the touch and the focus. What a pretty move in the lane.
It's Dinwiddie with a drive. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
Oh, excellent way to pad the lead.
Yeah, especially when it's your one throwing it down like that.
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
Now here's Dinwiddie. Johnson passes to Dinwiddie. Johnson inside, working on Porzingis. Pass to Claxton. Outside Johnson. Launches a three. And they recover it. Now Harris. Back to Bridges. Second shot opportunity. The kick out to Johnson. Over Porzingis. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
At the line for the Nets.
He hits the second from the line.
You know, the way things fell apart for the Nets has some saying the super team's era might be ending. The Nets went all in and handed over a lot of control to those stars. Now, can they reestablish the culture that attracted them in the first place?
Now here's Gafford. Tipped. Johnson with it. Gafford picks him up. Pass to Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Bradley Beal. First personal foul.
The first free throw is good.
At the line for the Nets.
And Johnson drops them both. And now we're 3 minutes into this third quarter of play.
2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining in the third.
Dinwiddie against Morris.
2 minutes.
Beal left side. Pass to Gafford. To halt the run. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Second personal foul.
First free throw is good.
At the line for Washington, Daniel Gafford.
Both shots good from the strike. Brooklyn has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Screen by Claxton. And here's Dinwiddie from the arc. Connects from downtown. Dinwiddie's got 5 points now in the quarter.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
1:27 left in the third. Morris outside. Kuzma, the pass to Beal. Jacks up a three. Knocks down the long J. Beal's got 10.
No one better to answer with a 3 ball than Mr. Bradley Beal.
Dinwiddie with it. Gafford picks him up from deep. Johnson. Yes. And a nice assist from Dinwiddie.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Yep, that one goes.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
Now here's Dinwiddie. He's got 10. Pass to Claxton. Back to Bridges. Dinwiddie, right side. Beyond the arc. Can't get it to drop. And it's Washington the other way. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Gafford. Claxton with a rebound. Brooklyn has gone 2 for 5 from 3 since halftime. Bridges against Kuzma. Bridges passes to Johnson. Dinwiddie outside. And here's Harris outside. Ooh, he released it in time, but it's off the mark.
Score, your Wizards.
And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Morris and Beal are the backcourt pair. Kyle Kuzma out there with Kristaps Porzingis. And it's Gafford in at the center position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards.
Well, what you love about Mikal Bridges is he is going to accept whatever his coaches and team ask of him. This is what's allowed him to be successful.
Now here's Dinwiddie. Pass to Claxton. Lets it go from deep. Porzingis grabs the board. And the Wizards shooting at 45% of the game so far. And the dunk by Gafford.
The more Porzingis proves himself a threat as a passer, the more dangerous he can become as a scorer.
Dinwiddie with it. Porzingis picks him up defensively. From deep, Johnson. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Bridges. A difficult situation for Washington. Gafford with a screen on Harris. Beal finds Morris. To the left side wing. Back to Porzingis. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line.
Defensive foul.
It's going to be on Cameron Johnson.
How about Porzingis? Shrugs off the hit. That work in the weight room paying off already. You gotta love the time he's put in to make himself a challenge.
And Dinwiddie, here we go. Count that one.
Spencer.
And the Nets lead by 15.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long. Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end, but right now, the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
And here's Dinwiddie from the arc. The offensive rebound. The kick out to Johnson. Pass to Bridges. Screen by Claxton. Fires for three. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds in the game. And the lob disrupted. Not to be. And now the Nets on the break. Here's Bridges. And Gafford with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Screen by Claxton. Harris up top. Shoots over Beal. Off the left rim and out.
Well, it's a make or miss league. Sometimes the Jays just don't fall. It wasn't a bad shot.
Brooklyn with the board. Bridges has got 4 rebounds in the game. Beal against Harris. Out to Bridges. From the arc. Harris outside. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Now here's Morris. Pass to Beal. The 3-ball. The rebound by the Nets. Claxton's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Bridges left side. From deep. And again, no good by Brooklyn. For the Wizards, this one not looking good. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Now here's Kuzma. Back to Beal. Oh, deflected and stolen by Bridges. Pass to Claxton. Bridges outside. Johnson a screen on Beal. Here's Claxton to the middle. And Monte Morris is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Bridges. And the Nets get it back. Johnson finds Harris. Now Johnson. A shot to stop the drought. Bradley Beal puts it in.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
On the wing, Kuzma. This one for 3. That one falls. Coming off Beal's feed. Kuzma's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Both sides are simply waiting for the clock to make it official. This is going to end up in the books as a nice win for the Nets.
One area where they set themselves apart today, their aggressiveness in getting steals.
It really hindered their opponent all game long. And of course, it helped spark their own offense.
Mills, he's checked in for Brooklyn.
For the Nets, Patrick Mills.
And for the Nets, they're shooting the ball at around 42% for the game. From outside the arc. Gafford grabs the miss. And a big issue for them, turnovers.
Yeah, you just can't give away possessions in this league.
Now the Nets with it. They led the game at one point by 20. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. It's Kuzma with the miss. And Brooklyn has possession. A 12-point game. Pass to Harris. Back to Mills. There's the drive. For three, Bridges. Nails it from three.
What a performance tonight. Getting a win like this on the road is such a boost.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll do it, folks. For granted.
ready to go. And so off the tip, it's Washington's ball. Here are the 5 for the Raptors. The forwards are Barnes and Siakam. Fred VanVleet out there with Anunoby. And it's Pirtle in at the 5 spot. Kicks it out to Siakam. Here's Anunoby. Barnes outside. And a wide open look for Siakam. Morris with the rebound.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Stolen. Here's the break. Here's Anunoby. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And you can't afford to lose Anunoby in transition. As soon as he has a step on you, it's over.
Kuzma finds Beal. Hits it from three-point range. We are in for a treat in this matchup, Greg, with 2 conference rivals set to clash yet again.
Yeah, we're going to see some added effort and intensity, and don't be surprised if it gets a little chippy.
And that one's good, Barnes.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
They get it back. Outside for Beal. Another shot. Wizards working now with the new shot clock. And Gafford throws it down.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then fouls it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback. Now, here's Siakam. Inside. Pirtle, the pass to Anunoby. No good on the triple. Wizards have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
I caught up with Coach Wes Unseld Jr. One point he made to his players was, they're going to try to attack us where we live, right at home, in the paint, at the rim. We have to be ready to contest shots, play physical, and match their intensity. Guys, we will all find out together how this plays out.
Thank you, David. Porzingis kicks to Beal. No good with the triple. The Raptors have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. GA, he's asked to carry a big-time scoring load, but Bradley Beal makes his teammates better as well.
And that's an area, Kevin, he has really grown. And his playmaking, when the defense overcommits, you make them pay with the pass.
Here's Beal, following the basket by Pascal Siakam. Morris against VanVleet. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Gafford. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First personal foul.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Raptors.
For the Wizards.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
And they've sort of assumed control of this game with their pressure defensively. They've been into the ball handler. They've done a great job of swarming, so they're creating some turnovers that they're capitalizing on.
2 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
And Beal kicks to Morris, and it's Monte Morris with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
We've got 1:55 left in the first quarter. Siakam against Porzingis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I'm just so impressed with Siakam's offensive improvement over the years. I mean, he's mastering the ability to play in attack mode.
2 shots.
No good at the stripe this time. His second miss is also. 2022, Greg, a year for the Washington Wizards with some historic significance.
And it marks 25 years of the Washington Wizards name being on an NBA jersey. A cool moment for the current players who can look back on this franchise and know they're a part of history.
Here's Beal, following the basket by Scotty Barnes. From the arc, it doesn't go for him. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And Anunoby, here we go. And Siakam throws it down.
A high-level athlete with underrated burst, Siakam continues to impress with his ability to finish.
Now, here is Morris. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Beal the pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
And it's Barnes slamming it down.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Takes it out to Siakam. Barnes passes to Siakam. And the dunk by Barnes.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now, here is Morris. And the pass to Gafford. Back to Morris. To the paint. Gafford misses.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he shot foul shots at about a 75% clip a season ago.
Both free throws good from Anunoby.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Van Vliet. Here's Kuzma.
And look at Siakam outworking the offensive player, giving his all there.
And so it's Scotty Barnes making things happen for the Raptors. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And from what we've seen so far from the Raptors, guys, your thoughts?
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
So the Raptors 5 right now. Young is out there with Will Barton. Then it's Gary Trent. Then there's Achua. And it's Banton in at the point. Trent against none. Knocked away. Right. That's a 2-pointer. Jump shot is good that time. Raptors leading by 6. To the middle. Here's Trent. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Well, Will Barton always going full speed. That time finds a bullet pass to a teammate.
And so Washington again turning it over.
Well, back in 2017, Denny played professionally in his home country, representing Israeli basketball. He was a stud.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. It's Young on the wing. Passes it to Banton. To the paint. Trent kicks to Barton. With the drive, and for Avdia, he managed Brent to rack up 3 consecutive Israeli League championships.
Yeah, he really was the go-to guy, and he became the youngest MVP in league history at the tender age of 19. So doing all of that before entering the 2020 draft had a lot of NBA teams intrigued that, look, this guy has played in big games and in big moments. Could he do that for us?
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Now here's Wright. D right on him. Driving the lane.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Toronto leading by 8. And it's Young at the elbow. Pass to Banton. Banton coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 3 assists in the game. Ball's knocked loose. Martin passes to Trent. Here's Banton. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
First
And
personal
they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
You know, Greg, you played on some gritty teams, and we hear that expression, getting punched in the mouth, and it's not usually literal. But what's that look like on the floor? What's it feel like on the court?
Kevin, you're just out hustling and out muscling the team. At times you'll see it. They kind of checked out mentally, and I'll tell you what, it is one of the best feelings in sport.
A dunk by Achua.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
Right, the pass to Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
Got to keep Taj out of the post. How many of those have we seen?
Pass to Trent. Let's go. And he overshot that one, missing.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Avdia gets the bucket.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
The kick out to Young. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Crosses over. Oh, and the dunk by Young.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it attacks an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that. Kind of like playing in the rec league, little to no defense on that possession, and the easiest three-pointer you can imagine.
Trent against none. Here's Banton. 6 points for him. 5 to shoot. The kick out to Barton. Puts up a 3. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Banton's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And turning down what would have been a tough shot for himself into an easy one for his teammate.
Avdia, bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
That is all timing right there. Just led him perfectly.
So timeout called here. The first for Toronto. We've got 33 seconds left here in the second. It's Trent on the wing, defended by none. He takes it in. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Personal foul.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
Raptors have come up with 3 misses and 5 attempts so far at the line.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Right outside. Back to Gibson. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
And Kevin, he had a little opening to the bucket and took full advantage on that.
Greg, he didn't waste any time making up his mind. That was going to be a flush all the way. And that concludes the
score. Your Wizards, 29. The Raptors, 37.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Raptors leading by 8. Morris and Beal are the guards. Daniel Gafford is out there with Porzingis, and it's Kuzma in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, no stopping him on that play. Sometimes even the taller defenders are helpless to stop him.
And here's Kuzma. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Shot clock at 6. Wizards need to get a shot off here. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. A dunk by Achua.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
And he gets it back. Morris looking over the floor. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here.
Washington ball.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. And so it's Barton bringing it up for Toronto.
Always a shame to see a guy like Bradley Beal have to go in for season-ending surgery like he did in 2022.
Well, that decision, I think, was tough, but in the end, for the length and longevity of his career, was the smart one for Bradley Beal. Get himself fully healthy, fully physically and mentally ready to get back on the NBA floor and be as productive as he's been throughout his career.
Morris dishes to Beal. Off target with his three. Raptors leading by 12. Young outside. There's the pass to Benton. Barton against Morris. It's Trent on the wing. Here's Achua. It's stolen by Morris. Outside, Porzingis kicks it to Beal. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
It's going to be on Precious Achua.
And at his size, Porzingis needs to try to do that more often and take advantage of matchup problems.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group.
And staying healthy for Porzingis has been a challenge over his career. Not uncommon for players standing well above 7 feet.
Van Vliet kicks to Pirtle. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Pirtle's got the lead up to 12 now for Toronto.
There's no stopping Pirtle when he has the ball in that spot, just abusing the defense down in the paint.
Beal. Rebound by the Raptors. And in New York, even before his injuries, the front office voiced concerns about Porzingis' ability to stay healthy.
Well, the track record for players 7-2 and up, not great. And today's game demands more movement from big men than ever before.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Siakam finds Van Vliet. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Pass to Pirtle.
Wizards foul. Daniel Gafford. Second personal foul.
Toronto leading by 12. Kicks it out to Van Vliet.
Raptors foul. Fred Van Vliet. First personal foul.
Wizards have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Morris with the ball. Started now by Barnes. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. We've heard about player tracking on the court, but now shot tracking is helping players refine their strokes. It measures not just makes or misses, but the arc and the depth and the left to right direction of shots. These systems provide instant feedback to shooters and help them find the bottom of the net. Kevin, back to you.
Sign me up. That is a fascinating story. David, thank you. And Pirtle pulls it down. The Raptors have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. Here's Barnes. Misses the baby hook. Wizards trail by 14. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Morris. Gafford. No one around him. Here's Porzingis. No problem on the jumper in close. Porzingis has got 8 points.
Gets talked about a lot, but when Porzingis is active as that big of a body, it really helps out when he's doing the dirty work.
Siakam inside. Covered by Gafford. Back to Siakam. And so it's Toronto up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shots. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Setting the floor for the Raptors. The forwards are Barnes and Siakam. OG Anunoby is out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Pirtle in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
A high-energy wing with a solid all-around skill set. Siakam is developing into a quality go-to scorer.
Morris passes to Porzingis, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jakob Pirtle. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
It's Beal on the wing. He's guarded by Anunoby. Nice move. Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Beal.
That's some flashy footwork there from Bradley Beal.
1 minute now into this fourth quarter. It's tipped. Here's the three. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. VanVleet passes to Pirtle. Here's Barnes, and it's Barnes slamming it down.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
And Beal kicks to Morris. Shot clock at 5. It's not going to go for him. So the Raptors will take it the other way. Top of the key, Siakam. Barnes looking around. Kicks it out to Siakam. Takes a three. Rebound by the Wizards. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds in this game. The Wizards working the ball around now. Down low. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. VanVleet passes to Barnes. And the rejection by Gafford. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Gafford. For 3, VanVleet. Siakam kicks to VanVleet. And stolen by Kuzma. Here's Porzingis, and he converts the layup.
And the coaching staff better alert their defense to Porzingis and how comfortable he is right now on offense.
Pirtle with a screen on Morris. VanVleet passes to Pirtle. And here's the fast break. Beal leading the way. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Oh, and the dunk by Beal.
And Bradley Beal rising up that time.
And so VanVleet will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. They're leading by 8. Pass to Anunoby. Here's Pirtle. Porzingis with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. .146 left here in the fourth quarter.
Like the defense from Beal doing whatever he could to alter that one.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, good job to take it right at him.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Raptors?
Well, I've been impressed with the ball movement all game long. They're really looking to just make that extra pass.
Well, we've also seen them being very aggressive down in the paint. All game long, they've been hunting down those inside points.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Toronto calls timeout. They're in front by 10. 1:37 left in the fourth quarter. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Coach Nick Nurse talked to his team. He loves the aggressiveness on D. He said, we're doing a great job of challenging everything they're trying to do. Stay active, talk to each other, don't let up. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. Inside. Anunoby against Beal. And finished off by Beal.
Such a big-time move from Beal, a big-time player.
Van Vliet against Morris. Here's Barnes. Oh, and the dunk by Barnes.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. And here's Morris for three. It's rebounded by Anunoby. The Raptors have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Van Vliet on the wing, covered by Morris. Kicks it out to Siakam. Clock at 6. Birtle sets the pick for Siakam. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
And I think they realize any hope of a comeback is gone.
Well, realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss?
The deep three from Van Vliet. Washington with the rebound. And it's desperation time now.
Doesn't matter if it's a 2 or a 3. They need the quickest shot possible.
And Bradley Beal continues to produce for this team.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Barnes down low. He's against Kuzma. Back to Anunoby. Takes the three. Can't get it to fall. And so it's Toronto winning this one. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was.